want to destroy America out of revenge and pull down certain people's YouTube videos claiming it's medical misinformation when it's not even talking about anything medical. See, I can do any kind of video, and as evidenced, they can just claim medical misinformation, Travis. We got to pull it down. Sorry. Can't have that kind of video. Well, the news says that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was fined $5 million for SEC violations. Sorry, Travis. We got to pull that video. Medical misinformation. First Nephi, chapter 1, verse 2. Sorry, Travis. Medical misinformation. We got to pull down that video. Love one another. Sorry, Travis. Medical misinformation. America is under attack by the enemy. And America is being controlled and run by the enemy. And so the FBI aren't doing their job. It's a good thing the police finally did their job here in Salt Lake City. But they needed help.
We will seek you, find you. 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 We will seek you, find you.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. I've been struggling all morning trying to figure out the order to do this video in, and the thumbnail picture, and the title of the video, and it's not going to be perfect. So we're just going to do it as is, and if you don't like it, wah. Last night, YouTube retaliated in full wrath and fury against me. They are pissed with me. And it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. As I put in a recent video, in text, that every single time I talk about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and their sex trafficking, prostitution, polygamy, they get triggered. They're emotional, sensitive snowflakes on this one issue over the majority of all else. Even over this one, for which this is the death threat. I've done the videos. The church just hates being exposed for sex trafficking, prostitution. But that's what Section 119 is. They keep pushing Section 119. They just don't explain what it means. And so, yeah, as I did the video, because the church attacked, for that issue on a previous video, going into great detail on the sex trafficking, prostitution, and the YouTube's orders by the church to attack me on Mother's Day, I again was attacked last night. The video was, let's see if I can find the picture. Oh, there it is. Deuteronomy 19 invoked for false LDS prophets with signs in heaven. This was done way back in 2020 when I was in West Valley. I was talking about what was going on in the news. It was all over the news. I was talking about what was going on in the news. And so they found this video from 2020 and banned it because they claimed it had medical misinformation. It's about the news, nothing medical. They said it was at 29 minutes in the video. It's very clear, I'm going over the news. Because Trump was holding rallies, Trump was holding gatherings, and a certain Utah senator contracted COVID from that gathering with Amy Coney Barrett. And Nelson not wanting to shut down the church, getting Mormons out on their missions, and missionaries died, and 3 apostles contracted COVID. The last 3 contracted COVID. And then, not too long ago, Holland contracted COVID. Or was he looking at porn? We're confused on that issue. And so, yeah, this is all news. These are all factual, historical occurrences. There is nothing medical about it, let alone misinformation about medical. This was a blatant hate crime committed against me. Now, YouTube says here, here's how it impacts your content. Channel, not affected. This isn't a strike, so your channel isn't affected. So I'm expecting that I should be able to post this video. If you don't see it, you'll know why. Visibility removed. This content can't be viewed on YouTube. Again, let me go over the title with you. Not only was I talking about what was going on in the news, listen to the title. Deuteronomy 19 invoked. Deuteronomy 19. Isn't that a religious scripture? Where's the medical and religious scripture? I'm not talking about Leviticus. For false LDS prophets with signs in heaven. Yeah, this is blatantly obvious as to what it is. This was a hate crime. This was cyber terrorism by YouTube. This is bullying 101. They banned a video that AI is already banned from other people viewing. Nobody's watching this video anymore because YouTube won't allow it. YouTube only allows videos of mine to be shown after 2 days of being on YouTube. And even then, it's controlled by YouTube because they don't want breakout videos. And so, yes, even though the most likely title of this video is going to involve deep state Dem Hillary Clinton, yeah, she's under her pseudonym on YouTube because she doesn't want to be attacked for her real name on YouTube. You know, like the real Donald Trump. And so she's hiding under the name Prize Fighter. Also clever with the P and the F's. Oh, that Hillary. Such a trickster. And so, yeah, not lying. Hillary Clinton. Her comment, I moved to the other file. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, dear God. It was on the video, Mormons returning to LDS Church, learning Brigham Young lied about Joseph Smith. And Naughty Hillary commented on Random Muse's comment. Shame on you, Hillary. You know, if the FBI is investigating Random Muse right now, you now know it's because of Hillary. Yes, my channel contains information about a specific subject matter. If you are unfamiliar with a specific subject matter, you are clueless about what's going on. There is lingo involved that you need to know. So, for example, with the emergence of texting on cell phones, a whole new language was created. And so if you're an older generation person and don't have access to a cell phone, or if you get a cell phone, you're gonna start off by doing full words like you would writing down on paper or typing on a Word program. And so the texting language is completely new, and if you don't know it, you're out of the loop. It's a foreign language. Likewise is Mormonism. If you don't know Mormonism, you're out of the loop when you're watching my videos. So, this is not intended for a general audience, and therefore I cannot conform and comply to everyone's will for how I should do my channel, according to your will. So, Deep State Dem Hillary, aka prize fighter, the confidence with which you spew your knowledge. Oh, Hillary, are you picking on me for associative memory rather than memorization memory? Because if you remember, Hillary Clinton used to brag about how Trump couldn't beat her on Jeopardy. Yes, she'll beat me on Jeopardy too. Because I have associative memory, not memorization memory. So while she's picking on me for my stupidity and lack of intelligence, Hillary, how could you? I voted for you. Oh, well, no, I didn't. Nope. No, I didn't. Nope. Associative memory is saying, nope, no, I didn't. Didn't vote for Trump either. But she's saying that the confidence with which I spew my knowledge is impressive. Thank you, Hillary. You know so much that isn't true. Huh? And or doesn't matter. Really, Hillary? Russia, if you're listening, I've got the video in queue. Well done and congratulations. Repent. Hillary Clinton, breaking news, became Mormon. Hillary Clinton joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. She's now Mormon. Mormons returning to LDS Church. Hilarious. Hilarious. So first, before we get to all the news subject matter that's going on with the downfall of America and the Illuminati rising, we'll do scriptures first. Like I said, I don't know what order I should put this in and all that. So. All right, this was the original video I was intending to do, and then this other stuff came up when I was watching the news, and yeah. So Fahrenheit 451. I prefer the 1960 movie with Montag, the character. Even though the reboot that I think was an exclusive Amazon movie, wasn't it? Or, yeah, movie. I don't think it was a TV show, series, or whatever. It was pretty good, too. In the original, and H.G. Wells, right? Or is that just a time machine? I'm sure he did other books. Ray Bradbury. Yeah. Okay, great. 2018 is the movie version. Oh my hell. Sorry, Ray. So, now, the 1960 movie. Based on a 1953 novel. 66. Oh, that means Time Machine was 1960. Oh my hell. See, I don't memorize. It's associative memory. So there was a movie based on the novel, and it was in the 60s. I just didn't know the factual memorization details. Montag works for the fire department, burning books. Can't have books. They make people sad. They're not positive news. And so, yes, he does the Isaiah prophecy of the sins of the people spoken on the rooftops. Again, didn't memorize it. And I'm not going to look it up for you. I'm sure you know of it. But yeah, the movie starts off with the director showing everybody's TV antennas on the roofs, receiving the signal information into everybody's homes. They're not allowed to have books. They cannot read. And so as a result, history repeats itself because they don't know history. And a replacement of state TV is provided for the people to purposely dumb them down. And so Montag's wife is all into the particular shows. It's at set times, and oh, my show is on. And she goes and sits in front of it, and she becomes a zombie. And it's a game show where it's interactive, sort of. A person on the screen is doing a mystery, you know, and somebody's coming over for dinner. How many place settings should we set out? And Montag's wife is, wait, I know this one. And the person on the screen jumps in with the answer. Very good. And goes through question after question, the same process. You're so smart. Yay, I'm smart. Didn't answer a single question right, if at all. And so hilarious if it weren't so tragic. And so one day at work, he gets a fire call to one of the leaders of the underground book reading club. She had a whole library of books hidden within the walls of her house. And so they were ordered to burn the books. And she refused to leave the house, and so she was burned with the books. This affected Montag, that a woman would die with the burning of the books. And so he was curious and was tempted to find out why. And so he stole one of the books. And we find out that he was hiding them in his house, in the air vent, in the up near the ceiling, and I was collecting a stash of books, and he was secretly reading them. And he can't be seen reading them because people would call 911. So if you see somebody reading a book, say something. Big Brother is watching you. And so, yeah, 1984. So the 1960s were all about this kind of thing. As he was in the 1950s, though, when he wrote the book. But yeah, Omega Man, I think, Charlton Heston. $1971. Close. And Manchurian Candidate with Frank Sinatra. Yeah, lots of those kinds of movies were being produced back in those 50s to 60s, 70s. And so, he couldn't figure out what's wrong with them. He was reading them, he was learning, he was getting intelligence, light and truth. And then he got caught. Somebody reported him. And he had to flee society in order to save his life. The Amazon version is different. But he eventually makes it to the underground movement that had been chased into the wilderness. And there they were memorizing books and repeating that to the next generation of children, to have them memorize the books. Apparently they'd lost the technology to make paper or use computer systems. And so it was all memorization. And so if you ever saw the movie Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, which you probably didn't because it's rated R, and rated R movies, that's the sign of the devil. Can't watch them. Don't do it. You'll lose the spirit. You'll digress to porn, and it'll kill you. Not abstinence only from missionaries who follow the covenant path of the law of chastity. Missionaries would never rape a woman in Utah County. Because they are obedient. They don't watch porn. Porn causes the destruction of America, not the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They would never do something like that. And so the moral of the story is you don't burn books. Who's banning books in America? Yeah, it's one thing to say this book isn't appropriate for children. It's another thing to ban books just for the sake of banning books because it doesn't conform and comply to your religious beliefs. So, the Book of Mormon. Learning of the Jews. Which means it's the Jewish religion. To use Christianity on the Book of Mormon is what's called supersessionism, revisionist history, and religious cleansing. See, I had to refer to my notes. Don't memorize, so should a memory. Hillary's too smart for me. Pedophile Bill can't contain his wife. You do know about Jeffrey Epstein's little black book? Did you know that John Huntsman and his wife are in it? Yeah, they're Mormon. They adopt kids. Or do they? And so, the Book of Mormon is therefore prophecy, which means, because this is confusing to Mormons because they think it's a title. It's a prediction of the future. See, the prophets of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints outright confess, we deny the power of prophecy. We will never prophesy to Mormons. Did the video, I got the picture, I think I forgot to put it in the video the other day. But regardless, and Revelation, day and hour. Travis, no man knows the day or the hour, because a person who tampered with Matthew put it in. And we believe him, and therefore it's true. It's the Word of God. Even though the book of Matthew has it all over the place. And thanks to a subscriber who contacted me yesterday, talking about how they had just learned about the sun cross of the Egyptians. What's the name of your Christ, Mormons? Jesus. He who is from the crossroads of the sun god at noonday. The sun cross of the Egyptians. It's the symbol and the name of your Christ, Mormons, in the learning of the Jews, language of the Egyptians. That Joseph Smith said, yeah, that's us. We're not Christian. Christianity is abominable. And yet, despite that, 1838, all sorts of accusations began to fly. Joseph Smith is this, Joseph Smith is that. He changed this, he changed that. He's murdering, raping, stealing, changing the name of the church. And then he gets out of Liberty Jail and he doesn't do any of this. But yet this church, by Brigham Young, says, oh, he was still doing it. Yeah, everything is true. We got to do it. We have no choice. Jesus says we got to do it. Because we're Christian. Okay, there's an inconvenience with the supersessionism, revisionist history, and religious cleansing. It's not supposed to be comedy hour. This is about the utter destruction of Mormons coming. And so, we learn throughout the Book of Mormon of the need to maintain an accurate historical record of the people, and that the enemy seeks to destroy it and ban it on YouTube, and censor him and silence him, not recommend his videos equivalently with those who produce similar content. So the first one we'll go to is Mosiah chapter 10, verse 16. And again, Laman and Lemuel were wroth with Nephi because he departed into the wilderness. Anybody remember that story of what happened? It was in the beginning, first Nephi. It was actually second Nephi, I think, when that began. Because, yeah, Lehi was then giving his patriarchal blessings, and then he dies, and yeah, and then builds the the York Rites Freemason Temple in the Promised Land in southern Illinois. You didn't know the geology of the Book of Mormon? What? We'll go over the Sun Cross. Well, I think I already did. Yeah, okay, never mind. There were American Indians in southern Illinois. They were the sun people of the sun god at the Sun City. Right there at the crossroads of the sun god that took place over the United States of America from 2017 to April 2024. 21st of August 2017. 14 October 2023. 8 April 2024. Somehow they knew. But no man knows the day or the hour. How did they know? They're heathens. They don't have Jesus in their lives. And so yes, father dies, they're going to murder Nephi. Kind of had to flee. And here they go, they're claiming, after all these generations, because this is literal history true, right? They were again wroth with him because he departed into the wilderness. Hey, just like that Egyptian Christ, Horus. His mother has to flee into the wilderness. Hey, wait a minute, that's also in Revelation chapter 12. See how associative memory works so much better than memorization? See, memorization, you're clueless on what it all means. Associative memory, you're able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And thus you can be smarter than your younger brother who memorized because his eyes only see two-dimensionally, not three-dimensionally, and so he memorized books for a living. And then became a sociologist and was denied a PhD from the University of Michigan because he didn't follow the rules of sociology, the teachings. And so, yeah, he cried to his mommy, and mommy said, pull the religion card on him. And now he works for the church for the rest of his life because that's the best he can come up with. Wasted education for a guy who was valedictorian in high school, valedictorian at BYU. Yep. So sad. Were you is it valedictorian for women too? Because I think it's salutatorian is the runner-up, isn't it? I don't know. I wasn't either one of them. I use associative memory. As the Lord had commanded him, and took the records which were engraven upon the plates of brass, for they said he robbed them. They had no intention of reading the scriptures, because Nephi told us so. I'm sure Nephi wouldn't lie about his brothers. They weren't framed with supersessionism, revisionist history, and religious cleansing. There's a book of Laban, if you are unaware of that, Layman. It's hilarious. It could have been written better, by somebody who knew Mormonism better, but still, she was the first, and like my philosophy of science teacher had instructed us, you don't have to be the best, you just have to be the first. So, yeah, I'm the first to decipher Paleo-Hebrew. And since I'm the only one who's deciphered Paleo-Hebrew, I'm also the best. Alright, so yes, evil people want to revise history. They don't want the truth to be known. And so whoever conquers gets to tell their side of the story and vilify those they conquered. That is a standard 101 archaeology teaching, is that when you find documents in an archaeological dig, you have to understand the context. The person who's writing it is part of the winning team. Alright, next. We can go in order from here on out. So we gotta go back to the beginning. Enos, chapter 1, verse 14. So, despite the scriptural records, for at the present, our Mein Kampf, our strugglings, were vain in restoring them to the true faith. The Lamanites, Mormons, and they, the Mormons, the Lamanites, swore in their wrath that if it were possible, they would destroy Travis's YouTube videos and remove him from his property and lock him up in Gail Miller's concentration camp of horrors of human trafficking for 9 months. Remember the death threat? Which verse? 14. That they would destroy our records and us. This is the human psyche of evil. Evil people do this. What YouTube did to me was evil. What the church has done to me, what Mormons have been ordered to do to me is evil. You're not the good guys. Own it. Confess. You worship Lucifer. Quit lying, denying, and deceiving, because that's Lucifer's plan. And so thus we know you worship Lucifer. Just own it. Quit lying to the rest of the world. And also the traditions of Joseph Smith and Hiram. Revisionist history. Okay, next, Alma, chapter 14, verse 8. And they brought their wives and children together. Oh, they were polygamous. See, Travis? Church is true. They were ordered not to by Lehi, remember? And so it does not mean, because they is a plural pronoun for wives, which is plural. And whosoever believed or had been taught to believe in the word of God, they caused that they should be cast into the abomination of desolation, which apparently is getting postponed until next year. I was wondering about Sunday, but it looks like it's going to be next year because they failed in 2020 and 2021. Trump was supposed to do it in 2020. Remember all that nuke talk? Trump said he's going to nuke America out of revenge for being impeached. We're all doomed. That was it. Trump failed again. Ooh, that's why he got removed, isn't it? Isn't it? Right, Hillary? You're working with the church now? And so, yes, 2021 was the backup. Oh, Putin. So sad. You too failed. Ah. It was 2021, wasn't it? '22. Yeah, 2022. Putin to save the day for Ezekiel 38. Church's version of the headings from Bruce R. McConkie. Okay. And they also brought forth their records, which contain the Holy Scriptures. I will not burn the book. They burned it and cast them into the fire, that they might be burned and destroyed by Fahrenheit 451. Revisionist history, destroying records so that the people remain dumb. Telling people not to study the Book of Mormon or Joseph Smith or the Joseph Smith Papers, to keep Mormons dumb. Oh, I'm participating. See, they said I'm special. Again, remember this book? Where is it? Oh, it's right here on the backside. There's been some additions. You want to hear them? It's getting to be very long. Psychology uses name calling. They hate you, and they make money off of it. And so they call people impaired, disabled, diseased, ill, retarded, mental health challenged, psychotic, psychopathic, mental, emotional, behaviorally challenged, unstable, hysterical, mental malfunction, chemical imbalance, extremist, radical, deranged, stressed, moron, depressed, social, special, social, criminal, LGBTQIAPO+. Oh, you thought that they were your friend. Aww. Yeah, so sad. Religious extremist, religious fanatic, religious fundamentalist, illiterate, crazy, mad, psycho, schizo, schizophrenic, sensitive, mental problems, cuckoo, needing professional help, unhinged, mental inability, nut, nuts, nutty, fruit, fruity, batty, loony, bipolar, behavioral problems, attitude problem, snowflake, flake, demented. They all mean the same thing to them. They are bullies because they came from Nazi Germany. They were the ones torturing the Jews unto death and burning the books, revising the translation and interpretation of the Jewish books, turning them Christian. Okay. Mormon rap. Do the Mormon rap. I think that's still on YouTube, or did that get banned? So, verse 17 of Mormon chapter 2. And now the city of Jashan was near the land where Amaron had deposited the records unto the Lord, that they might not be destroyed. And this is the final war of America. They're going to eliminate all historical evidence over the past latter days, from 2017 to 2024. Revising history, denying things happened, let alone the past. Let's make America great when blacks were suppressed, women were suppressed, Jews were suppressed. LGBTQIAPO+ didn't exist. It was just gays and lesbians. But suppress them too. Yeah. And the trad wives. So sad. And final one, and then we can get to the news. Mormon chapter 6, verse 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And it came to pass that when we had gathered in all our people into one to the land of southern Illinois, of the caves of Cumorah, where the Egyptian gold plates of the Knights Templar were buried after they had purchased the land from the Mandan Indian tribe, and then that sun people of the sun god at the sun city just disappeared after that. Strange. Nobody knows where they went. After the Knights Templar bought the land and buried the Egyptian gold plates in the caves in southern Illinois. How did they know? Hey, Joseph Smith Sr. was a York Rite Freemason with the Knights Templar as the highest rank. Huh, that's interesting, because there's also Jewish Kabbalah of the Tree of Life also in the Book of Mormon. In the rewritten 116 pages, no less. Huh, well, isn't that a coincidence? Because it took Joseph Smith until April 7th, 1829 to commence writing the Book of Mormon with Oliver Cowdery now. He was put on timeout for a whole year. So how did the book, all of a sudden, a marvelous work and a wonder is about to come forth among the children of men? We haven't written it yet, but it's about to come forth. How did it get written so fast? How? So, yeah. Okay. That one can be thrown away. And Judas is rising. That's going to be the theme song in the description below. So let it be written, so let it be said, so let it be done. So let it be said, so let it be written, so let it be done. Moses. So, other stuff in the news. Remember, all of this is important and vital to your temporal and spiritual salvation. Do not think that you know better than me. Do not think that this doesn't have to do with you and your family. I see the bigger picture. That's why I do the videos now. If you were to go back in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and to the current, you would see the change. Now, I don't expect you to get to them anytime soon because there's over 3.8 minus 1K. In the news, The police in Salt Lake City have made the biggest ever drug bust of fentanyl and other weapons and paraphernalia criminal stuff in a big bust. Now, in the news, we've been hearing that the cops can't do their job, and they put out calls through the news. Hey, we don't know how to do our job. Can you, the people, help us out? Do it for us? And then, after numerous pleas for the people to help, which they didn't, the police then were replaced with psychological caseworkers to do the job of policemen, because nothing says forensic scientific investigation of crime like a psychologist that uses fallacies. I feel you're the criminal and you need help, and you're in denial that you are a criminal and need help. So evil. And yes, psychology rules Utah because of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Remember family services? Yeah. And so, yeah, it's interesting. Because they couldn't figure it out. Fentanyl was a huge thing in Utah. And now they've finally made a big bust. We got the woman on trial for murdering her husband with fentanyl. And I did live reporting from Gail Miller's concentration camp of hell of human trafficking, covering the dead bodies who overdosed. And so, one of the things I learned about drug traffickers came from Amazon's series, Jack Ryan. They just came out with their final season. And in watching that, because I bought the DVD and digitized it, that's what I do. I don't trust streaming, because what if the internet goes down? Can't watch anything. Oh look, I've got it on digital. I can watch whatever I want, whenever I want. And so, in the show, a Mormon was working with the secret combination in our government to traffic a chemical weapon to destroy America in vehicles transported from Mexico into the United States in what's called car haul trucks. There's automobile dealerships. The new vehicles are delivered to the car dealerships in car haul trucks. And even if there's a mass accident on a freeway, because guess what's coming this weekend, Mormons of Utah? It's the annual Utah Purge. The 100 deadliest days of summer begins this weekend. Mormon Utah drivers suck. And they prove it with an all-out battle royal of murder and mayhem in their vehicles. It's the Monster Mash rally. There's an actual event where you get cars into a ring and then they try to knock each other dead. So the car can't run. And thus the last car running wins the competition. And so that's Utah roads here in Utah. Every year it's a national holiday or a state holiday, depending on whether you accept that we're a part of the United States or Deseret. And so, yeah, apparently that's the same type of process that these drug dealers are able to get into America, is through these car haul trucks, packing the drugs and weapons and other contraband in these vehicles. And so, yeah, I'm just amazed that the Salt Lake City cops were able to figure this out without one of us tipping them off. So cool that they finally learned how to do their job. Okay. Apparently, there are 12,000 Utah Mormons who are bullying little kids, claiming that they can't go to the bathroom anymore. I can't make this stuff up. I mean, seriously, dear God. Utah news, I tell you. Yeah. So, this year, Utah legislature had passed the anti-trans bathroom bill. And so, adults are now required to make sure that those with a penis go to the boys' bathroom and those with a vagina go to the girls' bathroom. They have to check to make sure, because Lucifer in the temple of the Salt Lake Temple, with the inverted pentagram as the keystone of the Salt Lake Temple, which means that the doctrines of Lucifer are taught within the Salt Lake Temple, says that we must be ashamed, feel guilty about our bodies. So therefore we need to cover up and hide our bodies. And so, in order to tell if you're a male or a female, you have to have adults looking at little children naked so that they can go to the proper bathroom. And 12,000 Mormons in Utah have been filing tips of going to the wrong bathroom. So what this is leading to is called bathroom segregation. It was practiced in the South, you know, back when America was great, in which there were black bathrooms and white bathrooms, and there were white drinking fountains and black drinking fountains. And the black drinking fountains always tended to break down and never got repaired and cleaned, and the white bathrooms and the white drinking fountains were always nice and shiny clean. Interesting. And so, yeah, Utah wants that. We want segregation in Utah. That's what they're pushing this for. Who also did that? Oh yeah, the Nazis in World War II. Yep, not just to the Jews, to those who had the pink designation. Norway, Ireland, and Spain have declared war on Israel. So, for this we need a scripture. I've been warning you. You don't believe me. I keep trying to tell you. Nobody believes me. No, Travis, nobody prophesies and reveals anymore since the death of Jesus and the 12 apostles, who replaced the Jews, because the Jewish authors were wrong. Revelation chapter 16, 13 through 19. You know, even if you're not believing in the Jews who wrote this, even as a Christian, you should see and know what's going on. And so, we have two famous people that we know of. Hey Nelson, how you doing? And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast. Hey, King Zedekiah makes his appearance here. In the first year of the reign of Zedekiah, king of Judah, Book of Mormon, 1 Nephi chapter 1, for those of you who don't read. And out of the mouth of President Russell Marion Nelson. Right there, says it right there. Don't you read? It's amazing. John the Revelator put Nelson's full name and knew he was going to be the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There it is, right there in verse 13. It's amazing. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and unto the whole world to gather them to battle of that great day of God Almighty. Now do you see why they sent me a death threat? Behold, I come as a thief. Will a man rob God? Yeah, President Russell Marion Nelson's robbing God. He's supposed to give the money to Jesus. Oops, Jesus didn't show. I guess Nelson will have to keep holding on to the money, the parable of the talents, in his response to the whistleblower concerning tithing at Ensign Peak Advisors. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his covenant path underwear, a symbol of bondage to Jesus, lest he walk naked. Gotta cover up and hide. Porn, it kills. Not being obedient to the law of chastity as a missionary. You will never rape a woman if you abstain from sex and all touchy-touchies. Keep the law of chastity and serve a mission. Never happens. Because men can just turn it off whenever we want. Right, women? And they see his shame. And he gathereth them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Har Magiddo. The mountain of Megiddo. Where you have a mountain, you have a valley. So the end at the end is for the land or kingdom of Armageddon. In the God Armageddon, baby. Don't you know that you drive me crazy? Da-na-na-na-na-na. And so everybody takes this literal. And so thus the war against Israel. All nations gathered together in Israel to do battle against Israel, to vilify Israel, to lock them up. ICC issuing the arrest warrants. This is what they're doing. They're setting it up on purpose. And the people involved, yep, amazing. John is a prophet. No, Travis. There are no such things as prophecy and revelation in the latter days. And so, yeah, the 3 countries that are anti-Semitic are declaring a Palestinian state, saying that this will solve the problem and peace will be established. Really? Is that what you're claiming? Yeah, all is well in Israel now, huh? Just like all is well in Utah, Zion. Dear God. So, Utah News is clueless about the Egyptians, because there was a story about a Utah family who went to Arkansas to to view the eclipse on 8 April 2024, Revelation 19. That's supposed to be Armageddon. Jesus didn't show. Oh no. Where'd he go? You can't see him. He's not real. Homoousion, says Constantine. And so they brought their cat with them for some reason. The cat ran away. Cat's scared of solar eclipses. That's strange. No. If you know the Egyptians, you would know that cats were a protection, and then it had a connection with the sun. Yep. Garfield, you silly lasagna eating cat. So yeah, it's lots of fun stuff. Hey, Judah is symbolized by a cat. Lion. Now, this was originally going to be the title. Jewish Joseph Smith will not replace Brigham Young's Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Jews will not replace us. We're not anti-Semitic. We just want our Christian religion to let God prevail over the Jews. And so I told you this was coming, didn't I? You didn't believe me. No, they'd never crossed that line. They learned their lesson. They would never do this. They did it. Louisiana banned abortion pills, calling it a drug. And so thus it's going to appeal up to the Supreme Court, who overthrew Roe v. Wade and the 14th Amendment, Section 1. You know, sperm, embryo, and fetus now have rights. Women don't. So I'm sure that the Alito and the others, you know, who turns his flag upside down, and in response to getting exposed for having turned his flag upside down after the he did it again, just to spite everybody. Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'm the law. Obey me. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints put me in power through the Council for National Policy. Obey or die. I do not have that on my list. Gotta make sure I do it. So we shouldn't have scriptures anymore, huh? And so let's put this up on the roof. And seriously, I don't have it in here either? Oh my god. Seriously? There you are. Oh my god. Okay, it's coming. Save the best for last. Because it all ties together. So, NBC was reporting Americans are moving to a state that shares their political values. Did I not tell you this was coming? You don't believe me, do you? So we do need the scriptures. Because it's the picture I've been using for you. It was once used as a thumbnail picture. Now is a staple standard picture to put in. In the Book of Mormon, 3rd Nephi, chapter 7, that Mormons don't believe that it's prophecy and revelation about the latter days. This was supposed to be 2020. They failed. So it's now being repeated in 2024. And I'm just going to give out an announcement right now. I have no interest in parting the waters again. I did it the first time in 2020. I have no interest in parting them again. You don't believe, it's not worth my time. Seriously, you missed the latter days. You missed the Exodus. You missed your Christ. You're waiting for Jesus to come from outer space and murder everybody. God. And so, now behold, I will show unto you that they did not establish a king over the land. But in that same year, they did destroy upon the judgment seat, and did murder the chief judge of the land. Huh. Somebody died in 2020, didn't she? No, it's an old age, we were told. I'm not gonna, that's... Don't look at me. That was the news. News. And yeah, she's a Jew. And a woman. Huh. And so, but this is what I wanted to talk about. The people were divided, one against another. Hey, the art of war. Divide and conquer. A psychological manipulation. And they did separate one from another into states. And thus they did destroy the government of the land, the federal government. They failed in 2020. And I should have done this one after I covered the Roy High, because that's the other. Okay, secret combinations, and the Danites, who are friends of the kindreds who murdered Joseph and Hiram. Verse 6. And so we'll take an intermission break with the Roy High School and then get back to this. See, I told you I wasn't going to be perfect. Roy High School forges grades of the stupid Mormon kids to get them graduated. Isn't that special? Yeah, that would need to be added. Stupid. Dear God, guys. Can't you see that evil is roaming rampant all over the place? The church tried to coup Congo. Democratic Republic of Congo, just because he wasn't conforming and complying like the previous president did. And the church has been overthrowing other governments. The church! Remember? This is what they do! Okay. In 2016, Facebook, as I was on Facebook still at that time, I had lost my new best friend, Russian Anya Alexavia, to Putin's attack on Crimea in 2014. And so I was moving on out, got married in 2015. She was the one responsible for my #1 video, which is also something I forgot to talk about. And so, intermission again. Just going over the last 12 videos before the YouTube attack. We have the revisionist history of Mormonism, inspired by Bill Maher's episode last Friday, which obtained 1.3K views in 4 days. Uh-oh, Travis. Naughty, naughty. You're not allowed to have over 1,000. Yep. Fragrant foul. He doesn't talk about that in the video clip on YouTube, but he shows Biden in the picture. And so, yes, in case you're wondering, he wasn't talking about the presidents of the church. That was not the picture in his clip. You don't know what a meme is? And so, then after that, I did Strange Apocalyptic Prophecy Parallel of Joseph Smith's successor, James Strang. No, Travis, Brigham Young is the true authorized successor, because Brigham Young denies the power and authority of prophet, seer, revelator, and translator. James Strang embraced the prophecy and power and authority of... And so, obviously, he's false. 369 views. And then, LDS Church will not lead Mormons astray, and memes prove it. 697 views in 3 days. Thank you, Jasmine, who's gone missing again. And then, Lost Joseph Smith Prophecy found. Jesus Christ, second coming to LDS Temple. 677 views in 3 days. This is the right place. Where is that? Mount Olympus, huh? Interesting. Wonder what that video is about. I won't watch it. It's too confusing from the surface information. Let them eat cake. Law of tithing. There it is. 570 views. Uh-oh. Too many people were finding out about the church's section 119. Mormons returning to church. Learning Brigham Young lied. Oh, look at the thumbnail picture. 394 views. Just 3 days ago. I resurrected the redhead with Giving Me Tongue. Growth stages of Mormon intelligence. Just leaving LDS Church doesn't guarantee your freedom. Expo never mows. 370 views in 2 days. See, YouTube had to pacify, flatter, and deceive me into thinking that they weren't responsible for their Mother's Day attack on me. And so they were giving me a little more views than normal to show that they're not responsible. See? It's all random what people want to watch. It's not us. Not the AI programming that's suppressing you. And so to prove that, Church of Pimp Daddy Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saint Prostitutes. 1 day ago, 30 views. Date of Doctrine and Covenants, section 10, finally changed. No, it's in the Joseph Smith papers. Corrects it. but you got to know it. The church won't do it. They won't let you know. And so Mormons don't believe. Failed LDS church coup in Congo. New president wouldn't do the church a favor, though. Anybody know where that line comes from? Anybody out in Ukraine know? LDS church website pulls down that was gold. Thank you, Trump. Hillary Clinton gotcha. Pulls down President Oaks' comment on Third Reich of Zion. Let God prevail. Ta-da! Oaks given the Heil Hitler, Moroni and the swastika, a book publication, and The Way to Perfection. With the death threat. 78 views in 20 hours. Uh-oh. YouTube is beginning to fail on this one. We will build over the ashes of America the Third Reich of Zion. Let Jesus prevail. Oh, Oaks, you're next. You're next. The Frog Nelson. He's got to die sometime soon. In the coming days, Travis, in the coming days. And then the final one before the attack. Section 119 Priestcraft is why there are no homeless in Utah. My daily church news. Putting LDS church prophets to the biblical tests. True or false? Shocking results. It's not shocking. It was just to get your attention. 42 views, 12 hours, and then boom, I'm attacked. Okay, let's get back to this other thing that I wanted. So the one with Judas is Rising needs to be out, so I remember, with the title Deep State Damn Hillary. And so, in case those of you who don't know, I have made prophecies and revelations by which you can judge me as whether or not I'm a true or false prophet. You know, the test. And so, I'm expecting to put this picture in the video at the beginning. You'll see under my video section under Popular, the date, LDS dates for the return to Independence, Missouri. Oh, I was so naive back then, I didn't find 19 July 1840 in the Joseph Smith papers yet. My wife at the time threatened me. Tell me the date. And she didn't want to walk. It's too far to walk. Well, we can ask our neighbors if they can give us a ride, or your family if they can give us a ride. I'm not walking. I just said ride. So I was forced to make a video to pacify, flatter, and deceive her. Even though it turned out to be correct. The date from the signs in the heavens that I had seen was a Sunday later that year. And that year was the Doctrine and Covenants lesson, and it was on the Exodus. Mormons leaving the United States, Babylon as they call it, because Babylon is bad, church not bad, Christian good, replace Jews bad. 39K. So the way it's supposed to work, if all things were treated equally, is that way back in 2017 of July, when this video came out, that I should at least have a numbered percentage of continuing viewers of my channel. And then they would share, let other people know, and I would get more and more and more and more views over the course of years. Nope. This caused the church a panic, because who's a prophet, seer, revelator, and translator with the keys of Moses, Elijah, Jehovah, Nephi, and Elishua? Guess who denies them, claims titles to trick Mormons, and orders Mormons to obey them? Hi, Nelson. Oaks. Yep, blatantly obvious, and Mormons refuse. I mean, I even have the serpent staff. I even have Baby Yoda with the House of El symbol for our family crest. And the symbol of him, my ring. And yeah, the sun cross also is the symbol of him as well, but also the name. Crossroads, Travis, sun god, God, soul, Goodsell. It's me. I showed, just as prophesied. Jesus didn't show. You're still waiting for Jesus. You deny me, Mormons. Plain and precious. And you deny Joseph Smith too. He's Messiah ben Joseph. It's right there, 2 Nephi chapter 3. Learning of the Jews, remember? Not Christianity. So no supernatural stuff. No laser beams out of my eyes. I can't stop bullets. I can't leap tall buildings in a single bound. But yeah, I do get my power from the priesthood of the Son. Amen. I am him, and you deny me, and you hate me, and you mock me, and you scorn me, and you find fault with me, and you make false accusations against me, and you try to hurt me, and torture me, and murder me. And here I am. The one you were supposed to be waiting for. The one who demonstrated the fruits, gifts, results of being a prophet, seer, revelator, and translator of Paleo, Hebrew, and Egyptian. And you deny me. And you aren't even listening to this, because you deny. You are the enemy. So I'm just talking to a camera now. Not even sure if YouTube's set up a trap that this video won't get published. And so the next largest was 1 year ago. Wow, 6.7K, nowhere near 40K. President Russell Marion Nelson to announce national divorce. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, 3 Nephi 7. So, what happened in 2022 for my views to dramatically increase all of a sudden. What happened in 2022 that changed my life? For which I then moved here in 2023, according to a dream. It was weird. It was a dualistic dream. It was before I moved to the West Valley apartment. Had a dream, and in the dream, I was moving. My Elders Quorum president from downtown was helping with the move. We were bringing the boxes, loading them in front of an apartment, and I then realized, as I looked at the number on the door, it was the wrong apartment. And so I needed to then move to another apartment, which had 220 or 202. Yeah, 202, which was weird because it didn't make sense as a number. But it became 20th of February. And so, failing to get the Peter Pan apartment that was available just by 1 minute, another couple got it before me. I was then told that there was an apartment available on West Valley. And so the property manager, talking to me on the phone, asked me, well, when do you want to move in? Any time available, just give me a date. And so, came to my mind, the dream, 20th of February. Okay. She then calls me back sometime later. That's a Friday, I don't work on Fridays. Can we do it on Monday? 23rd. Yeah, whatever. And so I thought, hey, the dream got fulfilled. Cool. And then, this apartment. 2 employees at Gail Miller's concentration camp of hell of human trafficking lost their jobs because they got me this apartment. And sure enough, February 20th, I want to move in, but the actual first month's rent didn't get paid until 23rd. Amazing. So yeah, I've had lots of dreams and visions. Yes, sirree. Yep. LDS Church President Nelson changes temple text, still gets it wrong. LDS Church President Nelson destroys family unit with new temple changes. LDS Church to announce millennial name change. R-rated Mormons. Revisiting LDS Church excommunication of James J. Hamula. Community of Christ, new president, hands over Kirtland Temple to Great and Abominable Church. LDS Church First Presidency announces special day, all day meeting for Utah Mormons. So that you can die. 9/11, 2023. Is it 9/11? It is. Huh. What happened on 9/11, Nelson? He didn't tell us till 3 weeks later. Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh my God. LDS Mormon Church finds ancient records at Adamant Diamond. Hilarious. Yeah, do you see why the church is so pissed with me? did we get the other thing done? I don't see anything up and about. Oh, we almost missed it. Oh, a 2-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. 2016 election. Facebook. Which Disney princess are you? Take our test and find out. They ask you behavioral questions. You're only allowed to give one of only 4 answers. If your answer does not fit one of their 4 selected for you, you're wrong. You must choose the 4, or your test is invalid. You must answer as they tell you to answer. And so in the end, I was Pocahontas. We then found out in the news that Facebook had the data given to Paul Manafort through Cambridge Analytica. Steve Bannon, member of the Council for National Policy, controlled and operated since 1981 by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Their representatives are the Skousen family. It's passed down from father to firstborn birthright blessing son. Mark Skousen is now in charge of it now because Cleon, W. Cleon, is dead. Okay? So the church is involved in this because all members are involved in overthrowing the government. Remember? Overthrowing the government. And the data gets sold to Russia. Paul Manafort would get locked up in prison, pardoned by Trump. Steve Bannon would get busted, thrown in prison, pardoned by Trump. And so Russia took that data, and because it's psychological behavioral manipulation that YouTube's AI is programmed with, they were then able to sell or buy advertising in Facebook and target their advertising campaigns to who is in which category. So those who were the Disney princess in support of MAGA were given advertising of I'd rather vote, or I'd rather be Russian than vote Democrat. And they made t-shirts. And they wore it loud and proud. Those who were tending towards voting for Hillary, see, we're still bringing up Hillary. Amazing. Russia, I hope you can find. We're given advertising about the urgent threat to your vote. Call this number now and make sure your vote counts for this election. Yep, and the election was overthrown as Trump won. All the polls were shocked. It was showing a landslide victory for Hillary, and it ended up being a win for Trump because Hillary conceded rather than saying, wait a minute, this election was rigged. She handed over the government to Trump, so she's the one to blame. And so we have a repeat, and now I see it on YouTube. Personality quiz. And this was with my Seek and Destroy remastered from Metallica, or the theme song in the description below in the video I did yesterday. Discover your personality with Elsa's glow up. Take the quiz now. Frozen 3. Oh, lesbian hugging. Yep. Not a coincidence. Metallica and Frozen. You know, the guy that was on UK's America's Got Talent. Who does the death metal Frozen song. Yep, it's sponsored by Test Name. And here we go again, guys. This personality quiz is exactly in the same format. They ask you behavioral questions, personality, and they only allow you one of 4 answers. And then after you finish, you think that you've been told your personality of Elsa from Frozen 3. Are you the villain, or are you Elsa? Or are you the snowman with the removable nose? Yep, and then your data will be sold to a foreign enemy of America, like Russia. And then that enemy nation will then know your IP address and know your information as to your personality of how you're going to vote for the election. And then specifically target you on your social media through YouTube's AI so that you will vote the right way this election, or you will vote the wrong way and be denied your vote. Hillary lovers. What's interesting is that I checked, this company is out of Mexico. Who is using Mexico as a cover for fentanyl? Oh, he did it again! All truth may be circumscribed, not the church's definition of it, into one great hole. Yep, China. And what's going on right now? AI. China, cell phones, TikTok, social control in China. Ta-da. Yep. Psychological manipulation, because those Nazis are thanking their American liberators. They would never want to destroy America out of revenge and pull down certain people's YouTube videos claiming it's medical misinformation when it's not even talking about anything medical. See, I can do any kind of video, and as evidenced, they can just claim medical misinformation, Travis. We got to pull it down. Sorry. Can't have that kind of video. Well, the news says that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was fined $5 million for SEC violations. Sorry, Travis, we got to pull that video. Medical misinformation. First Nephi, chapter 1, verse 2. Sorry, Travis, medical misinformation. We got to pull down that video. Love one another. Sorry, Travis, medical misinformation. America is under attack by the enemy. And America is being controlled and run by the enemy. And so the FBI aren't doing their job. It's a good thing the police finally did their job here in Salt Lake City. But they needed help.